Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing? Welcome to another Thursday evening live stream here from my train room. Excuse me a minute. I've got to mute my computer. Right, there we go. Should be back to normal. At least I know my mic's working. Right, I'm back. Okay, sorry about not being on last Thursday. I was in Bristol over visiting Becky's family, and I was hoping to do my live from trackside at the Bristol Parkway or Patchway station there, and it was looking great. Had a lovely day. Went over to Cardiff, went to Lord and Butler, bought a few things. I'll show you them in a minute. And then in the evening, it absolutely opened from the heavens. So there was no way I could go and stand blindside and do a live for you. So that's why I wasn't on last week. Sorry about that, guys, but these things happen. Anyway, I was at Lord and Butler, had a good look around there. Probably spent about an hour in there. Didn't actually buy much in the end, but had a good look around. And all I picked up there was some ratio semaphore signals. I picked these up in the second-hand lot. You see they're for $6.50. So I picked up some of those. Some of them are GWR, some of them are LNER, lower quadrant, upper quadrant. So I'm going to, these are for going on this layout. They're obviously going to sit in my project box for probably about a year before I do anything with them. But I just seen them and I thought I'd pick them up. They're brand new, never been used. They obviously used to be selling them secondhand, got them in a job lot. So I picked them up because these new are about 15 quid now. So $6.50, that'll do. So anyway, let's have a look at the chat, see who's in tonight. Let's bring up the chat. Right, who we got in? Oh, let's see. Well, we had RG Chairings in to start off with, and Jake Haunted Halloween Railway is in second. Flymo Chairman, good evening, sir. Delph Junction, good evening. Barnum's Junction, good evening. How you doing, Jason? Rene Castro, good evening. Hot Dog Pilot Andy, how you doing? And there's the chat again, updating. Does that to me every week. Tom Houston Motorel, how you do, sir? Mick 92. How you been getting on with that track lane, Mick? You got much done yet? Finnerton Central Model Railway, good evening, Brian. How you doing? Who else we got in? John O'Donoghue, good evening, sir. Martin O'Keefe, good evening, Martin. How you doing? President XD Locomotive Shed, good evening, sir. Peter Jackson, Sheila Heath, good evening. Mark doing a Jack in the Box impression, yes. Digger Evans, good evening, sir. How you doing? Well, Digger's finishing his tea. Lemington Station, Graham, good evening, sir. Yeah, the nice signals, Flymo. Yeah, it was a bargain, so I've seen them, pick them up, and they were small, so they could fit in my carry-on luggage. Hermitage Road, good evening. We caught up, have we? If I've missed anyone, apologies. You're all very welcome here. Anybody who's lurking in the background. Oh, I see Kieran J94. Good evening, Kieran. Joshua W. Fitzgamon, good evening. So for tonight's entertainment on the live stream, one of my channel members, Brian, who is probably not here tonight because lucky duck, he's traveling over to Glasgow to go and see the Glasgow show this weekend. Unfortunately, obviously I'm not. I was toying with the idea of going over, flying in the morning, back in the evening, but I just couldn't get a flight. One, that was affordable, and two, the times fitted. So I'm staying home this weekend. So he bought a load of A4s because his layout is DC and he just loves A4s and he's trying to collect the whole lot of them and he's going to rename them, renumber the whole lot. And he was on an auction somewhere and he put a bid in and he won this job lot and he arrived with 2 containers, these, with I think it was 10 Locos in them, various states of repair. Video that's out tomorrow is actually on a couple of them, repairs I've done on them. So tonight we're going to be looking at the rest, going through them. The majority of them seem to work. They just need a clean and an oil, so nothing too major. I've got one here ready to look at. It's dead. It's not running. It looks like it's an old Triang one. So I'm going to take it apart, have a look at it, see if I can get that one going. The rest of them will just be a clean and oil. So if any of you aren't used to taking your Locos apart and oiling them and cleaning them, this will be something to keep an eye out. Also had somebody contact me, left a message in one of my videos, and I did say I was doing a live stream tonight. So if they pop into the chat and I don't see the comment, because they had a question about wiring their layout. So if they do pop in, or if you're there in the background, pop a message in the chat. I'll get the whiteboard down and explain a bit to you, because it's easier to answer some questions on the live stream instead of trying to type out a big long answer, because then we can have a bit of to and fro. So track laying. My first layout I pinned, my second and third are screwed down. This time I'm going to glue. What are people's preferences? My preference is always to pin because it's quick and easy. And then when you put the ballast down and everything, you can take the pins back out. And the train's just stopped. I didn't go to Glasgow because I had an operation due for tomorrow. It was cancelled yesterday. Oh, that's annoying, Tom. That's really annoying. Oh, Alan White's in. Hi, Alan. How you doing? Anyway, let me just go and reset the trains that stopped rolling around. In the background, the video I have playing in the background is Rail Cow Girl. She's a driver engineer on Norway's railways. So this is a 24-hour live stream she's done of all her videos. So it's going through some like snow-covered scenes. This has been running perfectly for the last hour. Again, it's the same old trains running since last week. Class 24 and the class 37. All right, time for my Jack in the Box pop up again. And there we go. This week's beverage of choice is red lemonade from Aldi. Okay, let's move the camera around. I'll try not to disconnect it. Oh, Simon Trains, Wonder Officer Case. Good evening, Simon. How are you doing? Are you still on that travel lodge, are you, Simon? All right, so this is what we're working on here. Check it out. This is Silverlink 2509 LNR silver. It's quite a heavy one. I'm probably not actually showing that in the camera, am I? Joined by a wire there. I've never seen that. I don't know if that's an afterthought or if that's the way it was done. But looking at that mechanism there, that looks like an old Triang one to me. So I'm going to hook in my transformer, my trusty gauge master. And then we'll hook it up and just see what happens. But I've already tried this and it didn't work. Look at that. Now it works. I swear it didn't work when I done this yesterday. So that is working. So this obviously picks up the power from the engine part, transfer it through that wire to the engine in the back, in the tender, because I can see both sides have traction tires. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart because it's a bit noisy, and we'll have a look inside, see what the engine's like. Engine, motor. And my trusty little toolkit. It's always a mystery with these because you have so many different makes, is how exactly do you take this one apart? There's a screw here. I'm taking it out. It looks like it holds the cover on. It's come off quite easy. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. Well, you take that off, you get that electrical smell of a motor, brushes, and so there it is there. Brushes look fine. There's a good amount on the brushes. Commutator looks relatively clean. I just need to see where are the oiling points. Give it a little light oil. That's an older motor, robust mechanism, all brass, no, not a bit of plastic anywhere. And you probably firing away in the comments there telling me all about it, and I'm not reading it, but oh, Hi's in the house. Good evening, Hi. Motor smell is a fragrance. Grace has just swore because she loves the silver fox. Now, silver fox can be another term, not just for a locomotive. What is she actually getting at there, Rob? Is it an X04 design engine? Have I gone quiet now? My mic's still working, so can everyone else hear me? She means the A4, where she does love her silver fox. Okay, sounds fine. Okay, let's carry on. Yeah, so that's an older motor. I do think this is a Triang. There's no markings on it, no maker's name or anything on it. At least the Hornby Triang were marked up as Hornby Triang, so it runs. I'm not going to mess around with the motor. I'm just going to give it a little bit of oil. So I've got my oiling pen. You can pick these up in most model shops for about a $5. It will probably last you a lifetime. So you just give it a squeeze. So there's the tiniest little drop of oil on the end. In fact, that drop's probably a little bit too big. And then just sort of pop it in either end of the commutator, just where it's and I'm going to now attach the crocodile clips to the wheels, which I can do on this one. And you immediately hear how that little bit of oil has quietened the engine down. I'm going to let that run in for a minute or two, and then what I'll do is I'll just go around and clean any excess oil off, because you can see oil, usually means there's too much. You need a new one, you've almost run out. Right, it's stuttering, it's because of the connection on the wheel, not the problem with the motor. Yeah, the one that's in the video tomorrow, the A4, I connected it, tested it, and the smoke started billowing out of it, and I was like, oh, that's not right. Of course, it was just carbon buildup and oil on the commutator, give it a clean. Worked no problem. And the thing is now is I don't have a DC track to run these on. Yeah, you actually on the video site tomorrow, after I cleaned the engine, of course it was noisy, so I cleaned every bit of it and all the oil off. And then you notice the difference. You just add the drop of oil and immediately it went silent. Right, I think that's enough. All I want to do now is just get a Q-tip or a cotton bud or an ear bud cleaner, whatever you want to call it. And I just want to clear off any excess oil. Because if there's any bit of oil, it will just attract dirt. All right, let's put this back together again. And then we'll give the wheels a clean. Yeah, so I haven't done much work on my layout because obviously I've been away. Oh, that's got the wire caught in it. And I won't be live next Thursday because it's eldest daughter's birthday. It seems the past year I've had everyone's birthday fall on a Thursday. So if there's anybody on here who wants to cover my slot next week, I know Jason said he might be back next week. I don't know if he's made that official yet. So maybe he might want to come in. But if Jason isn't doing it, if anybody else wants to do the slot next week. Right, that screw doesn't want to go in. Let's check, make sure everything is lined up properly. Yes. Mark, can you show the motor up closer? All right, yeah, before I get this on. No problem, guys. So it's there, obviously you can see magnet down this end. There is it's a 3-pole motor. There's the brushes, one at the top, one at the bottom. And you can see how all the cogs, they're all brass. And there is some weight to it. Oh, just better keep it in the camera. It does look very new it's very clean, but this sort of old style circuit board on here makes me think it's older because it looks of the sort of 50s, 60s era. But that looks almost modern, but again, it's the style of motor where it was sort of open, not completely enclosed. Hi, Cara, how you doing? An old mechano motor? I don't know. You don't think it's original? Oh, it's a Trix. The motor is German. Made in Western Germany. It's a Trix motor. German engineering. That'll explain why it's so robust and still working. Hi, Leslie. How you doing? Good evening. Well, the worm. Sorry, it's hard to do this because it's attached. The worm drive turns a shaft down here, which then turns that gear and that gear. So there is a shaft running along there that this motor turns, and then that shaft drives these cogs on these wheels here. German motor, wunderbar. Yeah, but it doesn't look HO, because I mean, it's the same size as this 001, and this is a Hornby. Anyway, let's put it back together, or I accidentally break it. You know what I'm going to do? I need some better light. There we go, that's better. Why is this not going together? It went together perfectly, and then Brian asked me to see the motor. Now we'll go back together. What is it fouling on? that in a minute. Put it back together without it and see if it is that it's fouling on. Yeah, so that is not quite the right position. Probably got to go in like that. That's it. Don't blame me. Finches of Prey, good evening. Did I see Flymo say hello to Adam? Is that my Adam? Is he in the chat? Hi, Adam, if you're watching. You watching with Mummy? There we go, press that in. All right, let's just turn it over again, just to make sure it's working. Right, no point in cleaning. The wheels at the back are fairly clean. They got traction tires on them, so I'm not going to clean those. But I will clean the wheels on the engine because they're the ones that do the pickup. Right, let's get some cotton buds, some surgical spirits. So all I'm doing here is cleaning a bit that's in contact with the rails, some surgical spirits. You can see some of the dirt coming off there. Also with these, you do need to clean the inside as well, because that's where power is usually picked up. Although I can't see any pickups on this. There must be some arrangement in here for pickups. These the axles must be split. I'm not going to take this apart to look at it. It's working. I'm going to leave well alone. What I like about this one is it feels quite robust. All the rods and everything here, they're a bit thicker and stronger than sort of modern stuff, which can tend to be a bit flimsy. So let's just give these wheels a clean, stick it in the case. That's another one done. Now we can just clean the wheels on the other ones. Now that wheel actually looks quite tarnished. To me, it looks like it's... Oh, actually, that's got some sort of traction tire on it. Why would that have a traction tire if it's not? It's not driven, so... So anyway, what's everyone else been up to? I know Mick92, he put out a video there the other day of his boards with his track, obviously getting ready to lay a load of track. So If you haven't seen Mick's channel, head over there, see what he's going to do. Right, that's then cleaned. I'm going to put that in the case. That's 3 done there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure there's another one somewhere. Right, so these are more, the rest of them now are more the Hornby ones. So they've got the usual pickup on one side and pickup on the other side of the engine, connected by that most unreliable little connection there with the pin. I haven't had a proper look at your plan yet, Graham. But to download and look at. So the website's keeping you busy, Brian. That's good. If you're a mod, if you want to put a link up to it on there, I'm sure most people on here are aware of it. That's good. You got some videos done, Simon? I came in on your live stream last night and you were chatting about, were you getting some hassle from security guards or something because you were filming and taking pictures? There we go. There's Brian's website where he's selling some models and that. Have a check it out. It's all pretty reasonable stuff. Now these wheels don't actually look that dirty, but let's just run it around. Have a look. Let's actually move over the camera. You can see, didn't look dirty, but there's a bit of dirt on there. You always know when you're looking at these which ones pick up, because obviously the side with the traction tires on the tender where the engine is, the motor is, aren't picking up. So it's that side that picks up, and obviously the opposite side over here. But when you're cleaning wheels, it's a good idea to clean all of them, because if there's any little bit of dirt on there, it can cause derailments and issues going over frogs or just normal track even. So let's hook that up there, that on there. This should work. There we go. Oh, that's a noisy one. That's going to have a bit of oil. No, it's not missing traction tires, Flymo. They on these Hornby ones, they only put traction tires on the side that isn't picking up power. So obviously on this side, this isn't picking up power. The power from this side is coming from the engine through this brass thing here, which reminds me, I'll just give the brass pin a clean as well. You want to gently clean these. You don't want to spread them apart too much because then they won't give a good contact. Right, this one should just pop off. It's not, there's no screws in these. So there you can see it's an old 3-pole motor. So the power is coming in from the pin on that side, pin there, through to there, to one side of the motor. And then the chassis here is obviously connected to the wheels on this side. So the power comes up through the chassis, connection there, and into the motor. So these types of motors, where you've got the plastic bit there and it's all insulated, these are easier to convert to DCC than the older type, which is all just a cast chassis. You have to put earthing screws and everything in here. It can be done, it's just a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to give let's attach power. Oh, that's noisy. I'm going to go in and clean the commutator while I got it open. Now, put a drop of oil in here. Apart from the spark, see how the noise just stops with that little bit of oil getting in there. Hi Anthony, how you doing? Simo D, good evening, how are you doing? Rothy 30311. Good evening everybody, hope everyone's well. Don't forget to hit that like button for me and subscribe if you're new here. And if you've got any questions, pop them into the chat. Oh, Clive, Newland Railway is in. Good evening, Clive. How are you doing? So you can see how that little drop of oil, it's just made it so much quieter. It's quieter now because it's obviously vibrating on the motors there. So I like to let that run in for a minute or two, and then I just stick cotton bud in there and just clean off any excess oil. Because you say the rule of thumb with these is that you see oil, it means there's too much. Surrey Gav 23, good evening, Surrey Gav. How are you doing, sir? Put the new names in here tonight. You're all very welcome. Hope you're all keeping well. So if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat. Right, I think that's that one working. Let's put it back together. Oh, there's no weight in this one. Usually in here there's a weight glued in there, but let's go on walkabouts. It's on there. So another one serviced. I'll do that one now. This is an older. This is a Triang Hornby. You can see now the tender there is just plastic wheels, really big flanges on it. There's no motor or anything in that. Everything is in this. It's quite heavy. I've got a feeling I'm going to have to try and take this apart, which should be just that screw there. And I think that one at the back and the top should just pop off. So let's give that a go. As I remember rightly, this was a bit noisy, so I'm going to have to get up the motor. Oh, I've got to take that off as well. Yeah. Oh, that's actually cast. That's actually it. So, I've never seen one of those before. There's the motor. And there's the brushes going in there. Is that being picked up? The brushes look fine. Commutator's a bit dirty, so I might just give that a clean. So obviously, again, one side is being picked up from the wheels, which is this side here, because you can see where it's connected to them. The other one is going through the chassis. So if I get the power again, on there, in theory, put this on here. Spins. So I don't know how old this would be. Hornby, Triangle Hornby. What sort of age would that be, guys? Jason, the train feet. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? Oh, Anthony Middleport Junction's in as well. Hi, Anthony. Oh, it's kind of not very well, Anthony. Wish him well from me. Yeah, Ken, you got that lovely sort of motor burning smell. It was like watching people tear stuff up. Yeah, it's getting it back to bed together again is always the tricky bit. It's always good as that as a kid, taking stuff apart. Not so much putting it back together. Which I hope if Brian's watching, he does want to hear that. Yeah, so that's running fine now. So if I take that off, I don't think it needs oil. If it sits like that, actually, I can sit it upside down. Like that. It'll make cleaning the wheels a bit easier. I'm going to run out of cotton buds at this rate. Oop. Popped off. Some amount of dirt on there. And then the back as well, because obviously this is where the pickup is. And make sure that's clean as well. So a little bit of dirt on there. there's quite a bit. They didn't look that dirty, but there is quite a bit of dirt on them. Oh, Andy Moreland Model Railways in. Hi, Andy. How are you doing? Again, hi to anybody watching in the background or anybody I've missed in the chat who said hello. You're all very welcome. I hope you're all keeping well. So tonight we're just having a cleaning session, servicing some Locos here that were purchased by one of my channel members on an auction site. He dropped them off to me last week. He said, could I have a look at them? The video that's out on tomorrow is on some of them, and I'm just continuing on here cleaning them. Most of them just need a service, a little bit of oiling, clean the wheels. Yep, I think that's enough on there. Which A4 is that one? That is Sir Nigel Gresley. Okay. Now I've got to put this back together again. So that's got to go through there. Just put that back on. That's in. At least Brian can watch this stream back and see all the work that's been done on his Locos. His wife is, oh my God, is she a great baker? It's the cakes that she's left around here. And she's done these sausage rolls once, and oh, they were magnificent. So I get paid in cakes, which none of my family mind. All of them have said, yeah, you know, I can go and play trains with Brian anytime. Right, that's that up and running. No point doing anything with the tender. The wheels are clean. They're just plastic. It just pulls along behind the engine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 done. Another 4 to do. All right, so this is Silver Fox. All right there, Grace, if you're still watching. Again, this is another Hornby one. It's the same thing. Tender driven. Pick up on one side on the engine and on the other of the tender. So we'll just power up, see how it runs. I'm just going to get the wheels clean on this one. $24.62. Wow. Where's that, Leslie? Oh, there's dirt coming off there. Right, need to clear up these done cotton buds. Oh, use that end. And we'll clean up this side. So again, this is the side that's picking up power. And clean the other side as well. Doesn't do any power pickup, but you can see a little bit of muck on them, so just clean them off. Help avoid any sort of derailments. Yep. Hi, Raymond Lex. I'm not sure I said hello to you yet, but hi. Yeah, these are all tender driven. The other thing I'm going to do is just clean the pin. You gently clean these. So you want to be gentle with these. You don't want to bend them so they split apart, because then you lose your electrical connection. So hopefully now Brian can have these back and he can run them on his little test track, make sure they're running fine. Another Silver Fox. Same order. Say Brian's plan with all of these is he's getting nameplates and renumber, and so he's going to have the full fleet, which I think he's, how many was there altogether? It was something like 42 or something like that. Right, again, let's put the power to this, see what happens. Ooh, nothing. I done this yesterday, it did run. Okay, let's take further investigation there. Why is this not working? It was working yesterday, or the day before. That's the first thing I done, is test the ones and note it down, which ones were running, which ones weren't. Everything's there. Ooh. Is it my power controller? Do I need to reset it? Let's just try it on another one. I know it's working. Yeah, so there's power going to the controller because that's working. So what's happened to this then? Oh, I see. Right. You can see the spring it's not sitting in properly on top of the brush. Hi, Trevor, how you doing? Now I can see there the brush, the spring from the brush has just come off. It's always where did that go? I do have spare brushes somewhere, but I don't know where they are. So this will be able to show you guys. A capacitor in there. The capacitor was there for electrical suppression. It's obviously CRT TVs and that, if you're running your train, it could interfere with it. Nowadays with LED TVs and that sort of thing, they're not needed so much. I'm going to take that spring out, put it beside the other one, because they have a habit of going boing, never to be seen again. Well, I try and get that capacitor out that's gone down between the wheels. Yeah, so I can take that out now. I don't need it in there. Looks like it sprung up a problem. Mick at Lloyd Central Station, good evening. How are you doing, sir? And I think with spare brushes, he's won the sweep. Oh dear. Oh, they also there to protect the brushes against sparking. Ah, right, okay. So let's get the tweezers and try and put these brushes back in again. Oh, that's what I'm afraid of, because they just pick it up and the thing springs off. Definitely can't talk and do this at the same time. Right, let's see if that was the problem. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's hook that up. And another Q-tip, earbud, whatever. Again, I'm just going to go in and clean the commutators, the carbon buildup on there. That'll help cut down on any sparking as well. There we go. Just let that run for a minute while I clean the wheels on the Loco itself. You'll always be able to tell which wheels pick up, because they all tend to be the dirtiest, because of course you have the electrolysis of electricity going through it, causing dirt to stick to the wheels. You can see there's a hefty bit of dirt just stuck on there. There we go, semi clean. And of course clean the contacts. Doesn't use oil, sounds fine. Looks clean. Just clean off the brass connector. No, there's no weight in this one either. I'm sure there used to be a weight in these at the end, or maybe it's just because it's using the weight of the motor. But that's one thing with these. If you find the traction isn't that good, though it has traction tires, a little bit more weight helps it push down and grip better. Oh, Union's in the house, Guy. Union, how you doing? Oh, you're at it this week, are you, Anthony? Hiding messages. it, it was it was Graham last week because he had me on in his pocket and he hit something, or not last week, the week before. Hi, Leicester Station TMD, Gary. I'm not sure what you said. I'm not sure if Anthony's trying to tell you something, Gary. And we have a silver link this time. Again, same. Well, this must be a newer Homebrew one because they got the little spring. Oh. It says made in Great Britain, so I'm not sure how long ago that is. When did Hornby start making everything in China? Yeah, need to leave this moderation to the professionals. Isn't that right, Flamo? This could do with a bit of running in. What I might do is take that off, take the cover off, give it a quick look inside. Oh, this has got some, ooh, this has got extra pickups. Oh, somebody has actually, whoever had this before, has wired an extra pickup on those wheels there. You can see he's put a brass strip in and run a wire through. So this can actually be ran without that. So that makes it a bit more reliable. So anyway, let's just hook up. I'm just going to hook up the power to it, leave it to run freely. Well, oh, it's come off. Right. Just fix my clip. What time are we anyway? Oh, it's only 8:30. Just strip a bit off that. Got to put that on. I don't even moderate. I was typing hello, Leicester. Suddenly I was banning him. It's all right. I've done the same thing before. I've hit something and it's come up. Oh, and I'm like, oh. It's easily done. You know, there was no malice or harm in it. Is Gary actually still here? Oh, yeah, he is, yeah. Right. Looking inside, I can see that the commutator is black. Get that clean off. And immediately cleaning that off, it's running better. Right, let's clean the wheels on the main thing while that's running in. Right, you don't know how long these have been sitting in a box since they've been last run. And he hasn't been the same since Klopp said he was leaving. Yeah, so anybody who doesn't know, Anthony is a Liverpool fan. Right, that's running a lot better now. Clean the commutator off. So, what Brian can do when he gets these home is put them on his test track, let them run around 15 minutes in each direction, make sure everything is hunky-dory. Okay. Right. Oh, is that it? Am I done? Yes, because I can't do anything with this because it came with no gears on it. So it does run. It needs to be rewired again back to here, which isn't a major issue, and onto there. Yeah. So that might be a case of find a donor motor and get the gears off it, or even, I don't know if Peter Spares would have something like that. So that's that little job done. So anybody got any questions, pop them into the chat now. I'll keep an eye on the chat. What do I need? Obviously this is one of the 3-pole motors. It's arrived with none of the gears there, or the cog actually. So the cog's missing, the 4 plastic gears, and obviously the little clip that holds it in. You might be better off just seeing if you can pick up one of these somewhere. I'll let Brian know. He's going to be over at Glasgow, so he might actually pick it up over there. Oh, you off, Joshua? Take care. Oh, if you've got a spare, Brian, shoot me a message. I'll sort something out. Until I can take the big camera off and put up the and I'll go over and reset the trains and get them running. Let's reset them is pull out the power and plug it back in again. Computer equivalent of Control-Alt-Delete. Sound just kicked off. That's 59 for between friends. Yeah, second hand. Like when I was at Getz, you had Brian turn up and go, I got this. And then you had Clive as well going, oh, I picked these up as well. And I was like, where do you guys see all these things? I mean, I was quite happy at these signals I got in Lord and Butler in Cardiff for $6.50. But right, this is a Southern Rail distance signal. We've got a Southern Rail home signal. GWR home. And Southern Rail home. So I opened one of them and that actually came with the kits with the string with the little lever to operate it. So I'm going to be looking at what was it? Andy Heathcote Electronics. Maura Curran, good evening. How are you doing? Hope you're keeping well. The Squires aren't going to be there. Oh. I'm normally a bar steward. Yeah, Squires is good for picking up all those little bits and pieces that you need. And, you know, as always, picking up bits that you know that you didn't know you needed. I need to rebalance that layout there because this current layout where I put it back together, I've moved it closer to the wall and further into the corner. It gives me a few more inches that, so I was able to push that layout all the way into the window. You might notice on the camera move as the trains go around because it's actually wobbling up and down the layout. Oh, handball training. Oh, at least you're out keeping fit. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and get over to the show in the NEC, the Key Publishing one, in April. I'm going to see if I can get over to that. And I might try and go to Getz again this year. I'm not going to make the Worley. Well, it's not Worley show. I should stop saying that because it's not the Worley show. Second NEC show. Is it British Railway Modelling are putting it on? Yeah, because the date when that's on, I can't make those dates. Oh, Brian's sending me photos. Oh, it's a 5-pole motor. I wonder if that will fit on the chassis. Yeah, it should do. Yeah, I'll probably get that off you, Brian. Is that on the website, or we do that personally? Let me know how much for postage as well. Yeah, whereabouts are you, Maura? Because here in Donegal, it is really wet and stormy and miserable. It's getting a bit cooler as well. Don't use cash, you're just my flexible friend. Oh, Andy, I use cash. Because then the missus can't see it going out of the account. Or as I did one time at Worley, I said, can I pay this amount on card and this amount on cash? And the guy was like, yeah, okay. I'm probably going to be in the... Oh, Kerry, down the other end of the country. I have family down that way, down in Listowel and Tralee, around Ballybunion and Lizelton. It's my grandmother's from that neck of the woods. Howard, good evening, sir. How are you doing? Forgot that it's Hot Fuzz Day today. What's Hot Fuzz Day? Don't forget to hit the like button for me, guys, and subscribe if you're new here. Got any questions, pop them in the chat, and I'll see what I can do. I'll do the usual. I'll be finishing up at 9 o'clock, so we got about 10 minutes to go. So there's a video out tomorrow. Channel members have already seen it. And video will be out tomorrow, releasing them now on Fridays at 7 a.m. So those of you who commute to work can watch it on your commute if you so wish. February 20. All right, okay. Yeah, I know the movie Hot Fuzz. I was just wondering why it was Hot Fuzz Day. No, that's all right, Graham. No, I was glad to receive it. I haven't had a proper look at them yet, but I'll have a look at them now tonight, hopefully, or tomorrow. I've got a couple of hours penciled in to do some train stuff tomorrow, but something else will come up. Well, tonight, Howard, I have been servicing a load of engines for one of my channel members, Brian, who bought a load in auction, and he dropped them off to me, said I could have a look at them. I had to just give them a service. The video that's out tomorrow is on one of them, and I tested it. It started smoking, so it was just cleaning that up and getting it going again. I say the what's going on in the TV in the background there is Rail Cowgirl. Link to her channel is pinned to the top. Also, Craig from Delph Junction, he's pinned to the top as well. Do check out his channel. He's one of my channel members if you're not already subscribed to him. Yes, extra day this year, the 29th of Feb, which means my daughter can have her birthday on the proper day. She is a leap year baby. So she's turning 6 this year. Any one of you at Getz, you might have met her while she was with me at Getz last year. Yes, 37 is missing a buffer. It's in the cabinet. So I do have it. It is missing. I have it there to glue on again. I don't know whether I knocked it or whether it just dropped off, but. Oh, were you? In fact, I remember when she was born, because she was born in Bristol, Southmead Hospital. We were the only people on the ward that night who were in labour, with the whole place to ourselves. Yeah, Flymo said there is a Google Doc in the video description that you can put a longer question in, or if you want to put a question in but you don't want to appear in chat, if you put it in there, I'll see it, and then I can answer it in another live stream. Because some people can be a bit embarrassed to put the question in, but as I say, the only stupid question is the one you didn't ask, because that's the question that would have saved you from blowing up your 300 quid logo. So we're all learners once. Don't be afraid to ask a question. Everybody in here is a nice bunch, and they'll answer it if I don't. Oh, you missed it by minutes. So does that mean you were born on the 28th or the 1st? So happy birthday for next week anyway, Andy. Hope you get spoiled. Oh, 1st of March. So that'll be next Friday, be your birthday then. So happy birthday, Andy. No, she was well into the 29th. It was 7:30 in the morning. Yeah, so check out the links in the pinned comment. I don't think Real Cowgirl needs any help getting subs. She's over 500,000 subs. But go and give Craig a sub if you're not aware of him. But I think most people in here already are. Yeah, do check out Andy as well, Moreland Model Railway Andy. He's got it's a great little layout he's got. Well, it's not little. And the scenery he does is second to none. And like all community out there, he's been very helpful to me, giving me tips and tricks and stuff. And this is one for Anthony Dodge. I don't know where I picked this up. Little Markland tool set. Yeah, I do have to catch up on videos because obviously while I was away in Bristol, I wasn't watching anything. Say last Thursday I was in Cardiff at Lord and Butler Model Railway Shop. Great model railway shop, all sorts of scales in there. N gauge, double O, zero gauge, O gauge, and lots of different bits and pieces. Great second-hand section as well. They had loads of different Mark I coaches, Mark II coaches of different liveries and regions and everything. All very reasonably priced. I have picked up a good bit of second-hand stuff from there before. I've never had any issues with it. So if you're ever in that area, give them a shout. So I was going to do last week's from line side, but it was just absolutely hammering down with rain. It was awful, and I thought, right, I'm going to get soaked, and I'll probably wreck my phone, get wet, and that'll be the end of it. Oh, your eldest daughter moved to Bristol last September to attend. Is she going to Bristol University or UWE, Maura? Whereabouts is she living in Bristol? Oh, she lived on campus. Yeah. UWE is a nice university. It's not that far from Parkway. There's a bus linking the two, I think. Well, there used to be. But I used to live in Bristol years ago, as a lot of you know. And being back there now, it seems so much busier. And it seems, I don't know, it's because I've been living in Donegal too long, but there's so much traffic and so many different sets of traffic lights and different speed restrictions and speed bumps everywhere and cameras and Oh, congratulations to them guys, Andy, or Anthony. They've bought a house. It's a big step. I'll just have you around there now, painting and decorating and help them move. Welcome to the modern city. Yeah, the other thing I noticed about being back in the UK, and I noticed this in Milton Keynes when I was there for GETS last year, is there's a certain, what should we say, herbal smell filling the air wherever you go. Be their starter home. Come on, move. Yeah. Oh, I wish them all the luck. Okay, Rothy, 0311. I'm going to be signing off now anyway, because it's 9 o'clock, so it's time for me to say goodnight. So I will be on next week. I'll be celebrating the daughter's birthday. So should be a video out next Friday, though. One out tomorrow. Rumor is Jason might be back next Thursday. He is thinking about coming back, so he might be in my spot next Thursday, but I'm sure he'll keep you all posted. Well, and just like that, trains are shorted out and stopped, so it's definitely time to go. So thanks for everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new here. It's great chatting with you as always. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of servicing I was doing tonight. I hope some of you might have learned something. So take care, everyone. I will see you in 2 weeks' time. So video out tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care, everyone, and everyone enjoy the modeling. Bye.